Hi guys, today we have the community replay of RedSeaBear in his Tier 7 US light cruiser, the Atlanta. Now as you can see, he is divvied up with myself and Mr. Lord Zath. Now, this replay got chosen because, well, I'm just going to blame Sneaky. It's also been a very long time since I've done one of these community replays, so I do hope I do SeaBear some justice and you guys enjoy it. Now, of course, we are in voice comms and we all agreed upon going to A. At the time, I'm doing the mission to spot battleships. Fastest, easiest way is play carrier because you can outspot anything for the campaign. Was also trying to do 50k damage to battleships in one battle. So SeaBear brought his Atlanta to support myself and Mr. Zath, who was also doing some campaign missions. When Zath and myself did finish up the campaign missions, we went on to help SeaBear burn through his. So I'm actually YOLOing some planes in to get some spots in on battleships. Care less if they live or die. But really, I'm going to use SeaBear for AA cover. SeaBear is going to go into A. He's already asked the Benson, hey man, give me smoke and I will come get in nice and close and help you out. Now SeaBear is actively selecting planes for his AA to actively shoot at. So replays do not show that. Now what he's trying to do here is use that little cubby hole in A to get into A to cap it, contest it. But the other thing is because it's the Atlanta and it has very nice, high, lofty shells. What he's able to do is actually launch shells over islands without being seen. I still don't know why just hitting shift does not work for me. I have to do the zoom in and out, so I apologize for the beginning of this replay for that. Figured that would be a little less annoying than watching shift all game long. But as you can see, you know, the only way SeaBear is spotted right now is through the enemy cruiser's hydro. He's got his radar going on and on. The DD's making a right call, running back to the fleet to get them for AA. As the Scharnhorst gets detonated by my torpedo planes, SeaBear goes back to the DD. I unfortunately was not able to keep planes over the DD to keep them spotted. But as you can see, the only things that are capable of spotting SeaBear right now are planes. He's doing a very good job of using this island for cover. I'm doing a really good job of baiting the enemy carriers, planes into SeaBear, which I don't understand why this gentleman would send planes against an Atlanta. It's not like this ship is known for AA. SeaBear is going to make hot, passionate love to the island. He's going to drop somebody off to go get the marriage certificate. Fortunately, there's a little bit of a line, so it takes him a little bit to get on, you know, get off the island here. But what SeaBear is going to do is use concealment to his advantage, while I am just doing everything I can to keep him spotted by bringing enemy planes to him. But what he's doing is he's able to loft shells over these islands, and not a lot of people are able to hit him back. I think this is a really good showcasing of just helping and supporting another player utilize their ship to the best of their ability or to the ship's strengths You know, it's a good thing. The team wins, you do well. Obviously, the other individual is going to do well because you're more or less supporting and just spotting for them and letting them get all this stuff. But still, my mentality has always been about the team. Now, the Alabama is going to be doing the spotting on this Colorado. As you can see, SeaBear is still getting spotted by all the planes that tried to go after the snipe. But this is what I'm saying. If there wasn't a carrier in game, I'd probably be more or less in a destroyer doing the spotting for these guys, while SeaBear would just sit here and rain fiery death upon this Colorado. It's got very nice high arcs. Colorado's looking to see if he can get shells on him. SeaBear might have pulled a little bit too far forward for them, but all the planes are gone undetected, getting plenty of shells downrange, and there is literally nothing this Colorado can do except for run away. Now, I do believe the Colorado took shots in on the Alabama. I call out and let SeaBear know that the British cruiser is coming up behind him. I let him know I'm going to try to keep him spotted without losing too many planes myself, because I'm still kind of winning the air war, but if I start losing fighters, I will lose it very quickly. I'm just trying to do everything I can to utilize his AA and to keep him alive. I do not know why this replay shows the Fiji icon so far ahead of where it actually is. Once he actually gets spotted, you'll see it. It goes back. I don't know what happened there. Now, I was trying to get this guy to go broadside. He wasn't going to do it, so I had some torps to just keep this guy locked in so he wouldn't be able to turn and drop torpedoes on SeaBear. SeaBear quickly finishes him off, but prior to that, he had AP loaded in hopes to see this guy's broadside, because at this range, SeaBear would have just ripped him to shreds even worse than what he did with the HE bow on.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
But now with the A flank is secured, SeaBear is moving on to B. Now, I'm going to do a public service announcement here, just because we actually had guys go to D, and Cap D, and we're actually holding it, doesn't mean it's a good idea. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid. You got lucky that it worked. We are lucky that we are holding on to the D gap right now, but we are quickly losing ships over there, which means we are not going to maintain it. Just like the enemy is losing ships around B, they are not going to be able to maintain it. The SeaBear sees the DD, opens up on it because it is food at the end of the day, but there's a bigger threat to him, which is the Hipper, and the replay's doing some weird thing with his torps, I do believe. Now, SeaBear makes the right call and switches to AP because the Hipper was showing broadside, and with the Atlanta's reload, it really doesn't take much just to switch back to HE, you know, for when it goes bow on or shows any sort of angle. SeaBear gets up close and personal with another island. Maybe those were divorce papers he was dropping off at the first island. Who really knows? But he's playing it correctly. He's staying close to islands. He's staying close to cover. He's given the enemy very few opportunities to hit him. An Atlanta that sails out in the open is a dead Atlanta. Now, of course, it's being hydroed by the Admiral Hipper, and the Hipper is going to make a huge mistake here. They both have torpedoes. They both should be well aware of this fact. What the Hipper should have done, instead of getting closer to an Atlanta, especially with your hydro running out, he should have turned and got some distance. He could have went out the other way, potentially get some distance because of where SeaBear was, but instead he tries to go after him and paid for it. The Atlanta does get 4.5 kilometer torpedoes. The other thing is, getting in close to an Atlanta, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you are giving all of the strengths to the Atlanta. His rate of fire is far better than yours, unless you're in another Atlanta, and then you're playing whose adrenaline rush can kick in the fastest. But even then, you're playing into each other's hands, which is not the smartest thing. Now, we are still in. We could win this, we could lose this. This game is far from decided. I do make a couple mistakes coming up in my greed, in my tunnel visionness, but luckily for me, Zat gives me a quick yelling to in chat, and SeaBear also gets a little bit of tunnel vision in asking for spots. I will point out when that happens. But what he does is, right when he believes the Colorado was going to shoot, he noticed Colorado's guns weren't looking at him, is he shot. Now, he could have easily reloaded to AG instead of having the AP loaded, but if it's loaded, shoot it. Just have it be ready for the next one. Now, somebody's probably going to point out, if he would just fire all of his guns at once instead of doing this ripple fire, he could probably get more DPM. But what SeaBear is doing is, if you're using cover, or if you do sit and smoke a lot, play a Minotaur, you want to ripple fire because it doesn't give the enemy an exact clear picture of where you are, because there are so many tracers coming out instead of one big volley at once. It's a little bit harder to hit a target. Doing ripple fire, not impossible, it's a little bit harder. Now, while SeaBear is taking on the Colorado, he manages to cap B. We're down to 3 ships. The enemy have 5 left. Obviously, that's not going to be for long. But I should have brought over a fighter a little bit earlier, because right now I have no idea what is spotting the Colorado. It is clearly not SeaBear, because, well, he just got detected, but he wasn't detected while shooting. As you can see, the gentleman disappeared as soon as SeaBear wasn't detected. I suspect it was possibly the other battleship. Now, I should have brought a fighter over, or a bomber, or something. I should have brought a plane over sooner to get the Colorado spotted for SeaBear. But with everything going on, it's him and myself are the only 2 ships live. I get a little bit visioned on trying to get off my strikes. I should have just parked the plane over SeaBear. That way he would have at least a plane spotting for him that I wouldn't have to worry about, trying to get a plane in the correct spot to spot for SeaBear. But luckily, another great thing about the Atlanta is it has radar. The Colorado is sailed into the radar. And this is what I'm saying. If I would have had a plane over, SeaBear wouldn't have had to use his radar, but you know what? It is what it is. But if it wasn't for the plane, SeaBear could literally just sit there, just rain death upon this Colorado, and there would be nothing he could do to stop it. Now, with a couple of the ships taken care of at A side, I'm starting to run for my life, because I know the DD is going to get on A cap. I want to get distance. SeaBear is just going to paper cut this poor Colorado to death. He pops his defensive fire because the strike craft is coming in. Unfortunately, He takes a big hit, but it wasn't big enough. But that obviously hurt because you can hear the ringing going on. Kind of wish Wargaming would tone that down a little bit, but you know what? Hey, SeaBear's actively trying to deal with dodging all these planes coming in at him. He does manages to set a couple fires. Colorado's burning. I let him know, don't worry about the Colorado. I will come in and kill steal for you. I mean, kill secure. I let him know, you know what, don't worry about the Colorado. I'll finish him off. He's no threat. We're losing A. Ooh, to nobody's surprise, except for probably the guys who went to D. I make a little joke about it in chat. Unfortunately, I had a caps lock on like a noob. But SeaBear is going to go and camp C. Pretty much, this is just going to be, you know what, at least maintain 1 or 2 caps. Let's point these guys out. SeaBear's low. Any good strike and SeaBear can easily be wiped off the planet, which will leave myself against DD in the enemy gang, who does have a couple of kills. Now I get the DD spotted. I'm playing, he's playing, you know, turn. I'm trying to catch up to him. I'm just going to drop. My plane's going to get tired of it. But SeaBear makes the right call here. He focuses the squadron with 1 plane. So all he has to do is dodge 1 squadron instead of 2. Obviously, as soon as he finished off the squadron with 1, he focuses his AA to the squadron with 2. Now, I was trying to use my fighters to keep the DD spotted, but after SeaBear takes this massive hit, I let him know I'm putting both of my squadrons on him. I'm just going to continue running away. There's no way the DD will ever catch up to me with the amount of time going on. SeaBear is turning back to get into C, to obviously to camp it. I do believe my plane obviously has the carrier spotted, so SeaBear knows exactly where he is. Now, if you did not know, the Kaga actually has fairly good secondaries. It's probably something that Zat, myself, somebody should have said to SeaBear to stay behind the island, loft shells over, you know, burn this guy to death. You know, he doesn't, you know, SeaBear doesn't have a lot of hit points, but who knows if the enemy Kaga's got anything into pretty much just advanced fire training, which would make the most sense. And the reason you go advanced fire training is for AA. But SeaBear opens up his machine guns, gets 1 fire, 2 gets I think he's going to get another fire coming up here. As he gets Confederate, there's his 2nd fire. Here comes high caliber, and with this guy burning, I do believe SeaBear's almost, or there is Wither. Unfortunately, because SeaBear capped C, he's not going to get the kill. We are going to check out the post-battle results. $169,000 damage, Confederate Witherer, high caliber, 2 ship sank, 2 solo caps, and with the assisted caps, he's #1 on the team with a base experience of 3,800. That is quite impressive. Enjoy the money screen. Let's see, out of all of his damage, 84,000 coming from his main batteries, 70-ish thousand with HE, 5,000 with armor piercing, 18,000 with torpedoes, and 66,000 from the fires he did set. I know it's been a while since I've done a community replay. I hope I did this replay some justice. I hope you guys did enjoy this. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you guys send in. The email for that is in the description down below. Remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Let's see. I think that's about it, guys. So please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.